times get shooken up, people looking up, word Illuminati still cooking up. More plots and plans looking, your washed up brain still looking for. Like, look at this, such crookedness, they look at this for up against more blatant acts. It's the way they act, they divide and conquer and they staying back of the puppets moved by the puppeteers. What the fuck is this? Now they shoving fear in the people trying to keep us unaware, because unaware folks ain't gonna tear down the walls of deceit when all of the people call unity in arms and proceed to form like a Voltron. Really, we are the illuminated ones. Really, people take the story as it comes. When we can't create the story starting one city at a time, when we have alignment, I just wanna see us all aspire to it.
Hey there, welcome. Number 7, my sisters and brethren. How we doing today? Tonight, morning?
That was dope. That was so good. I love the
Love that one.
kind of, yeah, it was like a almost kind of bluesy rhythm, but it was rap. It was really cool.
Cheers, yeah. One of those little short reels. I was in the mood to make a cool couple dozen last year. Tributes, rest in peace, Get to Gab, for sure.
Yeah, I love those short reels. Many of them we used on nadilaw.com actually. So love that. With the hermetically sealed shit.
Great segue promo.
Yeah. Well, let's introduce ourselves. I guess I'm on the first here. So Theolax, creator of nadilaw.com, co-creator of SoundPath.org with Jerry right here. And excited to come here again for another watch party. Let's go.
Go ahead, Derek.
Yeah. AwakenYaMind. You got that natty law, by the way?
AwakenYaMind.
Word. Fuck yeah. Cheers. Doing a lot of things. Dissolving the Divide is on a hiatus, which is cool because I can pour more time and energy into the SoundPath stuff as well. So yeah. Bonjour from France. Jerry, how you doing? And how is PorkFest?
Oh my God, PorkFest was amazing for SoundPath. Like, I am going to be playing songs of artists that I signed up for the lineup at PorkFest tonight. We have some amazing musicians in the freedom movement. I also, excuse me, I haven't smoked weed in a really long time, you guys. And so like my body's just like, what's going on? The Liberation Academy.education is an online platform for now that's going to basically be teaching natural law to kids.
Cool, Jerry. And we got Nathan in the comments saying amazing intro, Derek, for sure. And I gotta mention, if you want one of those Got Natural Law t-shirts or AwakenYaMind tank top or whatever, check out nadilaw.com on items. That's gonna lead you to the Natty Law Outpost created by Derek, so you can get all kinds of fucking awesome Natty Law merch. So spread those messages.
Are there women's clothing? Oh wow, that's like not usually a thing, you guys.
Yeah, and how could that not be properly balanced and available, right? Unity consciousness, but we up on some shit. And for those who still got their cameras out, check out soundpath.org, right? Or .com? Org, right?
Yeah, org.
That always, I always get that mixed up with so many different domain names, and especially like evolveconsciousness.org with Chris Nelson, collaborating with him in recent times. Anyway, so La Musica, Jerry, I've been really happy to hear of, just your minglings and connections going on over the past couple of weeks, especially in regards to the last festival, PorkFest. And I wanted to kick things off with a specific maven that some of the audience has been craving, possibly. So you want to reel that one in for folks? Because I'm not too familiar with this artist at all. And it's really intriguing, though.
Yeah, so I was at Porkfest and pretty pissed off at most of the people there because the whole thing is sponsored by the Free State Project, which is an oxymoron. You can't be free with a state, right? So there are a lot of libertarians roaming about thinking that burgers and beer tax-free was freedom. So every night at Richard Grove's karaoke tent, I blew my voice out singing angry 90s grunge, and it was very cathartic. And checking on my kids periodically with John, just switching shifts, if you will, to make sure they're sleeping well. And then we went down to the bonfire area, and it was just a lot of dudes, which is fine. But I wanted to see if I could get to know a sister. And so I was just kind of looking around, and there's this one woman kind of in the back and I don't know her. I go, how many pork fests have you been to? And she's like, something on the order of 12. And I was just sort of in a receptive state. And I said, wow. And then she's like, yeah, a lot of my family, my friends, my blood over the years have died. I'm one of the last surviving. And we started talking about how music was healing for her. And then she started singing. And I'm like, are you an artist? And she's like, oh yeah, I've worked with Steve Grant, Ghostwriter, all these she has diesel automatic on speed dial. So what a find. And I was telling her about SoundPath, and we just clicked. She's amazing. Lady Maverik.
And who do you want her to be is the name of the song, in a sense. But interesting, and we will see. Mon ami.
As I woke up, a moment of serenity swept in. As the sunbeams shined through the window panes, a calmness in the air took over. In an instance beyond the warmth, a sharp sense of pain and remorse of a surreal life begins to set in. Who do you want me to be? I think I already know. People expect too much from me. This is the way that life goes. Nobody knows the pain. Nobody knows. Who do you want me to be? I think I already know. People always try to tell me this is the way life goes. Nobody knows the pain. I sit silently weeping for the children in the world who can't sleep and who we continue to parade around, calling them the bad ones. Everyone bandwagons as we set flight to our drone bombs. Aftermath, the head count of kids who only want bread and a place to lay their heads, throwing propaganda in the air, acting as if we're the only ones who ever lived here. It's becoming crystal clear now who runs the show. No, not for the people, but still in our lanes as we sing faster for the down low. How far can we go? It's only a matter of time when what goes around comes back around. You'll see. And if you choose to walk outside the lines, they try to define you as being crazy. Who do you want me to be? on the mic. I've got nothing but love for you.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was cool. I wish this view thing would be more consistent. Sorry, but keep going. Yeah, it was a good one. Just writing down a couple notes, obviously, as I always like to do.
Wow.
Yeah, I could see, it's kind of like one of those life reflection songs, and I like that. It's just, who do you want me to be over here? Like, what the fuck? You can't define me like that. I am who I am, and like, I'm not gonna be fitting the molds of these conditioned fucking, parameters of compartmentalizational bullshit, whatever, So yeah, that's cool. Affirmations.
Yeah, I dig this track because it's really got that beautiful divine feminine sort of energy going on with it. I love her vocal range. Yeah, it's quite touching as well. Like, I guess there's the double meaning of like who you want me to be, like in terms of like what the divine masculine maybe wants her to be like. But there's also the aspect of like, yeah, of course, like saying like, no, I'm gonna be me, like no matter what, kind of thing. So I feel like there's two ways to kind of perceive the message of this track. So yeah, I like it.
I'm so glad you guys like it. I felt that way instantly when I heard her sing this song live. And I just felt so moved by her divine feminine energy that I wanted to like add to it. So I started like dancing at the bonfire, and then became keenly aware that like we're like two women with like a bunch of dudes around a bonfire or whatever. And then I was like, fuck it. Like, like we're just two sisters who like are seeing one another's light, and we're amplifying each other's light. That's what we're doing. Like, it's really refreshing to meet another freedom-minded woman that's not catty. It's nice. She was cool. Very cool. She's been through loss. A lot of loss. A lot of pain. And she sings so well. And she raps, and she does her own hooks, and she does like a lot of it's her. With not a lot of filters, like a little light reverb. She has a naturally beautiful singing voice, and what a pleasure it was to experience her voice live. She's very delicate where she needs to be, and very kind of like belty in other spots, and she has a really great soprano range. So
Yeah, I appreciate that as well.
Yeah, totally. Really well said, Jerry. I appreciate that. And kind of reminds me of what we spoke about earlier today, and kind of spoke more about her in depth. And it's just, yeah, really impressive, just like her resume and background and that kind of stuff. Really excited and honored to have her, in the lineup, I suppose. So yeah. Merci beaucoup. To the Maven. That's
good
great.
again.
Yeah, that's something to aspire to, right? Getting the word out. The bird is the word with the raven maven type of thing.
This woman is also a grandma. She's like a badass grandma,
Word, hell yeah.
and she's not even hit 40 yet. Like, she's just a badass. She's a great singer and rapper.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome. You know who else is a good rapper? Her speed dialing friend, DISL, which Theo, you selected one of them Natty Law songs that was featured on the good old Funnel conference. Yeah. What's on your mind about that selection?
Oh yeah. I feel like that track is like such a headline, so like such an exemplary track of like, yeah, freedom under natural law. Like that's the message right there, and it's like such a fire track. It's like just hits you all over. So it's like, I feel like it has to be presented here in the watch party. So that's why I chose it.
Hell yeah, brother. And it was inevitable for sure. Just like the one with Joe Murray that him and DISL did as well. And yeah, those two brothers are fucking awesome. Love those cats. And let's check this out.
If you are intelligent, then you know that freedom is inherent, cause it's evident. It doesn't come from government, it don't come from the president, it comes from the creator of all universal elements. Some people say it's God-given, others say it's heaven sent. No matter what you call it, natural law sets the precedent. Subjective morality's a fallacy. There's laws that we cannot see, like gravity, that people accept happily, but tragically they believe that freedom has to be granted to them magically by royalty or majesty. It's sad to see people willingly give up their liberty, cause they don't really see the enemy that's on a killing spree. The state, it hates sovereign individuals, cause those who follow natural law and abide by all its principles are mentally invincible, immune to the brainwash. We liberate ourselves and then help others break the chains off. We ain't soft, we go hard, like when the thunder hits. Guns and clips ready in self-defense from the government, and the elitists running it. Blast them all, claim our freedom standing under it. Natural law, the elitists running it. Blast them all, claim our freedom standing under it. Natural law, freedom under natural law. For us all, yeah, freedom under natural law. For us all, yeah, freedom under natural law. For us all, what? For us all, what? Freedom for us all, what? You know what we do. Get big on FUNL.
Shit, I kept my mic on. Sorry about that.
This makes me
No
want to
worries.
like blow up 5G towers in my area. Like I'm just so ready to like set things aflame. That was awesome. What a battle cry
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. He really nailed that energy, that like pure anarchist, like fuck the government, like but in like under natural law as well. Like let's not destroy innocent civilians while we're at it. Like we're not just trying to fucking set things on fire just for fun, whatever the fuck. Like we're trying to set on fire what needs to be set on fire. Like that's the
People's hearts
message
and
here
minds.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and he could light that flame for sure for days. He's got a lot of gravity, those heavy hitting lines and punches, and he's got bars, obviously. Bars, man, yeah. And it just, he's got that vibe. We just want to go, kind of, sometimes. So, yeah. Yeah, proper male energy for sure. With that, self-reliance and defiance in the face of all the fuckery, right? So yeah, he's got a good work ethic, lifestyle, diet and stuff. He advocates, vegan things, and like he get big on him. I mean, like he's like twice as me, and like I look skinny as fuck on camera. I don't know why I show up like this, but I'm like lean and fucking like cut for the most part. But yeah, he takes it up quite a few notches, and it's like, damn, homie.
He
Sorry
sings,
for the wait.
he sings like with like in his throat. There's a lot of constriction in his throat for him to get that voice sound, range frequency, I guess. And yeah, just it's like danceable, but it's also like getting me pumped and angry and ready to fight, like it's such a weird vibe, but I'm liking it.
Yeah, it's like a mosh pit type of track, right? A little bit. Yeah, it really needs a fucking second verse. Like you're just got getting into it and then it ends. Like what? No, come on, man. Make a remix of that, DISL. Come on.
Or you could
Yeah.
make a remix of that. Sorry, go ahead, Derek.
No. That's exactly what I was getting at. And that would be dope. Just loop that, instrumental at the outro, and there you go. Throw a verse on top. Maybe ask him first, but yeah. Or ask him if he'd like to do an encore. Mon frère over there. I think he's out in like Croatia or something like that, or Italy. But I've been way long overdue in reaching out to that brother. But yeah, I'd love to interview him and love to see what he brings to the table for this SoundPath event as well. So yeah, in good, great company, Jerry.
I'm gonna try to make a point also of interviewing lineup artists. So I've made arrangements with some folks. So look out for that on my channel thing that I have been neglecting lately.
Hell yeah. So interviews and remixes, that kind of flows in perfectly to this next, hold on, there's a, thank you, Nathan. You still better be here. No, just kidding. Thanks, brother. Because I'm going to share an exclusive music video that I didn't make it really. I just made some edits for something that exists and threw a couple things on it. But the music is remixed a little bit, and it was featured in a pretty heavy mix titled "Get Out." Subtitle like out of the Matrix minutia stuff, and it kind of hinges off of the whole Get Out type of like horror story stuff, but it's like we're living in this horror story in the Matrix and like get the fuck out of here, like what the hell are we doing type of thing. But yeah. Much love, brother. Thank you. You've had like 3-4 names in the past. I'm thinking about something consciousness with you, and I'm getting mixed up with Evolve Consciousness, which is the other homie. But either way, the artist Azeem, reached out to him. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. I'll say more after. Let's just get it going. There's more like spoken word type of shit though. But yeah, and I'm from the Bay Area, and this is just, I loved going to open mics just for like this type of shit. So ready?
Damn me, Azeem, get with him, cause that's what you need to do. Get with him.
Azeem checking in. This was dedicated to all the black sheep out there, all the loners, the outcasts, niggas with dyslexia and ADD like me. I'm an Afro-Japanese Muslim communist, the terrorist, the leftist, guerrilla trainer, a black message.
Azeem is gonna be one of the ones that's gonna come up and no telling what he gonna do.
We escape through everyday life and strife and twice its oppression, until depression sets in, causing pressure, seeking pleasure. That's the treasure of the flesh, but it's a test mixed with lessons. It's measured by intense sweat, which reflects the cups of wisdom, which incites freedom. The price is uneven, the clock is deceiving. Actions grant you beatings, wiretaps and beatings. They're leased in the elite seats just to tax us, and they cheat us like some cheaters. And we zebras, they don't govern us, they eat us. And they sell the corporations our bodies when we're defeated. I've seen beings dressed as doctors, judges, cops, and preachers. They're deceiving us. I see that each should be each other's teacher. The music is the medicine, so let it in, so let it in. Because there is no finish. It's just a mathematic distance where the wisest men and women are still struggling like infants. The Pacific waters rise. Now you sing the songs of mystics. We carry weapons, but our wounds are self-inflicted. Pistols to play the trumpet in the hands of the young and gifted. We Western misfits, they tap our phones, take our pictures against the odds. We travel with our bodies listless, like flying discs, as if the skies were made of liquid. Protect the flesh, evolve beneath the star of Sirius, rise like dust from Roman chariots, from the nets of greed, broken jungles. You've seen buildings bleed, and you still ain't humble till you crumble like grease. Oh, say, can you see they would lay broken glass down at Christ's feet. And the greatest mystery is there is no mystery. The greatest mystery is there is no mystery or peace until the lion and the lamb fall asleep. And neither one is harmed when first light peaks for unity.
Holy crap, Derek. You fucking picked the best video of all the watch parties. That was amazing. That was like a mixture of all the good parts of avant-garde with the Bay Area spoken word poetry scene. I was in the Bay Area poetry scene as well, but I was more on the postmodern, academic side of things.
Word.
I've since understood that postmodernism is satanic, but that's a whole other podcast. So, but yeah, just like this beautiful melange of lyricism, mixing the styles of postmodern with avant-garde, with beatnik, with Amiri Baraka, with, sort of, what's the guy that did Howl? That guy, Ginsberg's work. A very interesting mix of poetry styles.
Yeah, and I don't know if you're familiar with. There's a crew out or a organization collective, if you will, titled Youth Speaks, something like that. And I think he was a part of that. I think he was an award-winning poet, like way back in his youth, type of thing. But yeah, it takes you back to the good old Bay Area days. I think that was shot in Oakland Records. Obviously, that's the name of the label that he was under for that. But yeah. Theo, what's good, man?
Yeah, Oakland, that's legendary, like rap capital, especially back in the day. I think what's their name? The ones with the Dr. Dre, NCA. No, I think they came from there as well, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, maybe I'm mistaken.
Dr. Dre is more LA, but
LA, I think.
yeah, no worries.
Yeah, well, Oakland is in LA, right? So, yeah.
One's north and one is south.
Oh, okay. I never been to the US, so I don't know. I just running off of some like memories and stuff. But
We're gonna change
yeah,
that. You're coming soon.
Yeah.
okay.
What you
And
think about the
yeah, so
lyrics?
yeah, man. Yeah, the lyrics. That's what I was gonna get at. It's definitely he packed a punch there. Yeah, getting into like sort of like what you would call a conspiracy, but we know as a fact, like what it's the buildings, bleeding, and all that, and yeah, really cool wordplay, and yeah, it's just a very kind of like I would say like experimental in a way, like, but it's not really experimental. It's just like a style, like you mentioned. I guess I'm not so aware of, but I'm digging it for sure because I love when people like do some funky shit and like are not trying to fit into some mold or anything like that. So like he's just going off like like, and he's really saying stuff that is trying to hit you like to wake up like to what's going on and to shake you out of your days, out of your illusions and all that. So obviously that's the type of shit we're trying to promote here in SoundPath to Freedom, because if you're just gonna be vibing all day just like nice sounding music that is not gonna shake you out of your illusions and out of your confusions and all that, then we're not doing our job really, so we need that type of shit as well. So, yeah. Really good.
Yeah, well said, Theo. And this is why I'm so excited about this project, because I think for myself, reminding myself to stay under natural law always in my choices, in my thoughts, emotions, and actions. And sometimes I just want to like have fun with that and maybe dance or vibe to that, as a reminder to myself to just, remain morally strong.
Yeah, and for me, like songs like this shook me when I was still like a teenager, or at least like in my early 20s. No, teenager for sure, actually. Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's humbling as fuck, and it just puts a different perspective on things, and like, where did someone like this come from? What did they? How did they learn what they're talking about? And like, how did they develop like so much conviction for that? And like, I get like tears of conviction myself listening to this, like even to this day, that kind of stuff. And yeah, man, like the wordplay is insane that he brings always, and like he flips around in so many different ways with the dichotomies of things and playing around with polarities and all this shit. And it's like, yeah, they might tap our phones and take our pictures, but we carry weapons, and our wounds are self-inflicted. Like, what the fuck are we doing, y'all? And yes, like they don't have to tap our phones much anymore. Like, they can facial recognition, whatever the fuck. That was written in like the 90s or early 2000s, what he was getting at. That smartphones didn't exist back then when rappers were talking about Big Brother and that kind of stuff. Now we got the motherfucking biggest brother on steroids with his, AI lover now. What the fuck, yo?
John was sharing this interesting JPEG of Photoshop lifting of layers on an image of Elon Musk and Trump eating McDonald's sort of meal on Air Force One. And one of the, when you take off one of the layers and filter that out, it's like Elon and Trump are kind of like one layer, like together.
Something weird.
There was something weird. You want to say more, John?
No.
Okay. John doesn't want to say anything more.
No, I don't have clothes on.
Oh shit. Did I just show the world your boxers? Oh my God, you guys. Did I do that?
Out there. I'm like that.
Did I do that?
No.
I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, you're all good. You were about to say before though?
Yeah, another thing that I was thinking about is he's really obviously well read on Shakespeare to bring back the sort of theatrical aspect of reciting poetry in its, even right, the Odyssey, Homer, like that was an epic poem that was spoken aloud and performed. So just thinking about how this piece really reminds me of that, and just like the performance art scene of the 90s also, with like a lot of satanic there's this one artist whose name Abramovich. She does a lot of like blood work. Like, it's bizarre how like they talk about it in the performance art scene. Like, I was editing this publication that was working on like doing critiques of performance art, and a lot of it is satanic, you guys. But I digress. So this song was a piece of performance art. It was really great visual editing. The music editing filled each mood of each stanza. And what else can I say? Yeah, just really love this piece. It takes all the parts of music that I love, which are the words.
Word. You got anything else, Theo? And maybe I'll just ask you as well if you don't, because at the end he's talking about, this has been going over my head for a while, and like really when I first heard it, uneducated on that stuff, and never took the time to look into it, like, but there cannot be peace until the lion and the lamb fall asleep, and they both wake up at first song's peak type of thing. Does that have to do with we're looking at. Sorry, Theo. I'm asking you. I'll throw my piece later.
Finish
You
up
don't
what
know.
you're
You don't know.
saying.
It's all good.
No, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, finish it up.
So I guess my current train of thought on it is lion representing like this, powerful masculine, alpha animal, and a lamb, this vulnerable animal that can just get swallowed up whole by it. So it's kind of like he talks about unity at the end. So what if it's like the lamb is like the feminine and the lion is the masculine, and there's that unity consciousness possibly that remains in balance.
Dude, that felt synchronistic. Holy shit.
You saw
It
that?
was like a lightning bug across the screen
Yeah, I don't know
from
what that was actually.
bottom left to top right, which is also very symbolic. Like crazy, dude. We're like literally doing geomancy right now, you guys. Like
Ha!
this is like for real.
You were talking about words, language, speech, and how it ties into the quadrivium, which Sarah Cross wanted us to touch on. And
Yes.
it's the words are amplified into so much more intentionality, if you will, with the vibration and melody and all that stuff. Or it could just be pronounced with that spoken word stuff as well, which is why I resonate with that as well. And yeah, I laced over the beats. That was all kind of my edits and stuff. Even at the end.
Wow.
I forgot I did that little piece at the end just a couple days ago. But yeah,
Great choices. I loved the change in mood. Oh my god, that was you. That was great.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
The
what
original
a great
video is just
collaboration.
him like spoken word on the street, like on that raw fucking street shit.
Oh, wait, you did the video editing?
No, all I did was put it in like 1080. It was
Okay.
like more grainy. It's like one of those old school shot, like VHS style. It seems, but that's cool. It's like back in the day. It's like I love that shit. Just that low tech introspect, I like to call it, and like I have much respect for that. You might have to put your spectacles on it just to be a proper spectator of that, but the magic is always there, especially with just the conviction and words and everything behind it, right?
Yeah, and I should mention that Azeem is a featured artist on Nadilaw.com music page. He's, I think, #1 in the top 10 Nadilaw list by Derek. So he's a real how to say, headliner, highlight, of Nadilaw type of hip hop music. Yeah, the album you shared is it's a really, really great album. I mean, like, it's just a 10 out of 10. So it's no wonder you put it in the first place. So I definitely encourage all of you to go and check it out. Like, it blew my mind totally. So and you're even gonna be interviewing him, right, Derek?
Hopefully,
or
yeah.
am I spoiling the
I don't want to
yeah.
speak too soon. It's rather just
Yeah,
say
yeah,
it after it happens, but yeah.
Okay,
All
sure.
in good time, I hope. But yeah, and he linked up with the crew. Jerry, you might be familiar with them. They're called Variable Units from San Francisco from back like late 90s, early 2000s. They linked up, and had a crew called Mayhem Mystics. And yeah, that album is pretty much solid gold. And I featured a lot of their music on my Natural Law mixes and other mixes and stuff. So yeah, it's
Great stuff. Did you purposefully wait till episode 7 to release this song? Like the best song ever?
no.
There's
just so much music out there, and like for me, I'm the type that doesn't like to go over redundancies, and I don't like to even say it in this context, but like I've already highlighted all these songs so much, and it's like to share them here. I was hesitant a little bit, and I was like, yeah, why not? It's like it'd be cool, and then I could always like make more magic with it, and spruce up these music videos like I just did with this one. So yeah, it's been a cool little thing to do. Yeah.
And we're obviously building visibility for your channels and everything, so it's a win-win.
Hell yeah. And going back to the Pork Fest with the triple win, you had this one guy who reminds you of this other really popular artist that you shared that one song that went viral. He was like
Yeah,
Woods or whatever.
Oliver Anthony.
Right.
Yeah. So I love Oliver Anthony, and I continue to hope he responds to our multiple emails to his multiple accounts that we would love to have you on SoundPath. And you should check out Brendan Daniel, Mr. Oliver Anthony, because he is your competition in terms of speaking truth to the sort of folk country set. And he's doing it from his heart. He's also just like a really good person. I had a like tent site near a sort of thoroughway, and like I had my back turned, and like my kid like went into the thoroughway and almost got like involved with like a golf cart situation. And Brendan Daniel was like one of the few people to like help me out in that moment, you know? And like I judge people by stuff like that, you know? And then to find out that like hearing his music. So I just like experienced him as like a human first, and then hearing his music, he's actually like a good singer, and he plays guitar well, and his lyrics are excellent and hard hitting. So yeah, check him out.
Before the horse, the 6 foot point of distance and the damage that's been done. The government, the gun that shoots to save us. And I don't need the pills and vaccinations. I got all the air to breathe. The sunshine on my face is just like medicine to me. Why do we compete with Mother Nature? Well, war is hell, a weapon of taxation. It's been poison in the well. I wonder how they made it so that we could hardly tell the difference between slavery and salvation. All through the turning, all through the turning of time. Let's call it what it is. It's organized crime. All through the turning, all through the turning of time. Let's call it what it is. It's organized crime. it's easier to trick somebody than it is to convince them that they've been tricked. So pick your tribe, but your choice is an illusion. It's just two sides of the toss, the red one and the blue one. Yeah, they'll televise the fight and demonetize the revolution. Well, history is written by the victors. It's the killing of the king, the sacrificial victim, and the club that you're not in, the power that's corrupted absolutely. All through the turning, all through the turning of time. Let's call it what it is. It's organized crime. There's only three things that no one can hide. It's the sun and the moon and the truth about organized crime. Thank you very much, everybody.
What'd you guys think?
Yeah, beautiful. I love this acoustic piece, and like just a one-man band, like with what is called this instrument that was in his mouth? I don't know
Harmonica?
harmonica. Yeah, that's so lovely. It's so kind of classical. So yeah, and obviously he packed a punch with the lyrics, and but it's kind of like in a way that is digestible for everyone, I would say, right? Like it's not gonna like shake you too much, but it doesn't have to always shake you too much, right? And this kind of gets deeper, I would say, when it's delivered that way. And yeah, like why do we go against Mother Nature and all that stuff? I really feel that. What do you say, Derek?
Straight out the gate, with the horses, you don't put them before the cart, or the cart before the horse. Sorry. I totally ruined that, but you know what I mean. And I was like, oh wow, cool. He like right off the bat he came with that, and it was cool. And just throughout the whole thing, really consistent. You could definitely feel the soul in his voice, which I was love and appreciate. It reminds me of a friend. Yeah, St. John. That's cool. You were following him around the
Yeah,
Portugal
we
area.
saw him every single night.
Damn.
And
He's everywhere you want to be right now.
I consider him a friend. He's going to be part of the
Yeah.
Liberation Academy. He wants to
Awesome.
teach
Oh, wow.
music
Hell
to
yeah.
children. And I said, okay, well, just out of curiosity, are you familiar with music theory? And he's self-taught. And he started talking to me, and this goes to Sarah Cross's question about how
Word.
music relates to the trivium and quadrivium. In the trivium, we have grammar, logic, and rhetoric. We have to teach others in the one great work what truth and freedom mean. And we can, do that through podcasting, language, left hemisphere, but music engages both. You have the language, the lyrics, but then you also have the overall patterns and just the artwork of it, and that's going to bathe both hemispheres in the knowledge instead of just one, where of course the shadow work process is, hey, defense ego response to everything. So I think music is a really great way to penetrate a person's false sense of ego and realize that maybe they're fucked up in their programming, and music is just such a powerful way to do that. And that is why it is part of the quadrivium. And I agree that in terms of logic, it's not necessarily a part of it, although I do think it can be, especially for a piece like this. The lyrics were very well written, tight in their rhyming and meter. And he also musically had a sort of Bob Dylan vibe, but then he was sort of grungy almost. And I learned later when we were at Richard Grove's karaoke tent that James Cordener's a good karaoke singer. Yeah, surprised. Really cool guy. Got to know him a little bit. I am all over the place. Can someone reel me in? Where am I in the subject? I am really high right now, you guys. I don't
You're
know.
all good.
Okay.
Sorry, Thea, if you don't mind, I just got to riff off what you said, because, with the two hemispheres of the brain, you're talking about the logical aspect, and then, there's the pattern recognition side. I don't know if that's the right hemisphere or not, but regardless, it just made me think of, in regards to this song, he's like, yeah, this is organized crime. Do you not see a consistent behavioral pattern of what the fuck is going on? And music wise, we see pattern through rhythm and all that stuff. And it's like in real life we see just the methods to their madness. We got to break it down and see all the psyops and all the overlays of fucking bullshit narratives that they throw at us to see it for what it is. And it's like, he's like, call it for what it is. That's what he's saying in the lyrics, right? Call a spade a fucking spade. What are we doing? Why are we continuously just getting played and that's okay, let's just laugh at some memes on social media until we fucking actually get really draconized or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? So what's it gonna take sometimes? And he had that quote from Mark Twain. It's easier to fool people than it is to convince them that they've been fooled. And I had to pull that up just to make sure, because off the bat I was like, that's Mark Twain quote, right? And as I was thinking about it, I got that confirmation through the harmonica, because it made me think of that Bob Dylan type of era, if you will, Jerry and all that. And so that was like a cool synchronicity moment. And I might have seen me laughing for a second because I was looking at some of his other quotes just to confirm that it was him. And it is. Another good quote is like, politicians and diapers must be changed often for the same reason. And another one, just real quick, it's tied in with the language and all that. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. And what is music? Well, the deaf can't hear that, but at the same time, it's the invisible aspects of so much that we can take for granted or compartmentalize and not just honor its value and majesty. Majestic. I was magnifique. I was trying to say something in French. Not like your lord, your majesty, or whatever the fuck. Sorry, but that sounded weird. Excuse my French. Theo, what's good?
Yeah, great points, guys. Sounds like you had a really great time at PorkFest, Jerry. So glad to hear that. I know you're also dealing with other issues, but it's good to, focus on the good stuff sometimes and not to deny the bad stuff. But I think this kind of music kind of makes you feel that way. It's like we are aware of the negatives, we're aware of the problem, but we are doing the solution, and we are doing it in a heartfelt manner, because it is all about that first eye, the heart. That's what's going to lead us out of this mess. The reason why we got in this mess is because we are not tuned into our hearts. So we need more music like this that really connects us back to it.
Let's end on that. That was a mic drop, Theo.
Yeah, and that could be a great way to get into the next mix, because your next song, Alice Clay and Prezence, are present and on deck. What the heck, Theo? Much respects, no, because I know this song too. So yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
It's Prezence and Alais Clay. No, we know I know propaganda. Pay attention to the voice inside. Don't seek direction from the world outside. Cause these illusions fool once, fool twice. But I keep coming back to the light. I lose my patience and I lose my way. Different paths, different colors, but we bleed the same. I see you shining and I've got to say, amplifying this reflection, gonna spark a flame. I feed the fire and I call the rains. Critical mass, we are last attained. The 100 monkey taking off the chains. Cause once you see the game, the world don't look the same. I see through the lies, televised that shape my mind reality. I see through the amazing ways they lay to shape society. I break through the chains and grit they built to keep an eye on me. I fly through the storm, singing my song, reaching humanity. I see through the lies, televised that shape my mind reality. I see through the amazing ways they lay to shape society. I break through the chains and grit they built to keep an eye on me. I fly through the storm, singing my song, reaching humanity. Observing simple synchronicities, exploiting the mystery for the memory of something great to connect you to my creator. Since the history might be contradictory, maybe there's some trickery involved as I dissolve. I'm a first meditator, conscious penetrator of my linear reality. Collect nuggets from my masterpiece, fear plummets as I ascend to the summit. Oversee new frontiers, I'm an engineer, passionate for art that feels intricate and infinite. Once took a visit from some extra dimensional beings, not scared of their unconventionality. Developed a new rationality, which affect my personality dramatically. They systematically send me greetings, meanings, teachings, lasting more than an evening. Best part, they weren't preachy or greedy, but seem generally concerned with my development as a force of intelligence. Select the frequency of highest resonance, spreading the fire of benevolence. I feed the fire and I call the rains. Critical mass, we are last attained. The 100 monkey taking off the chains. Cause once you see the game, the world don't look the same. I see through the lies, televised to shape my mind reality. I see through the amazing ways they lay to shape society. I break through the chains and grit they built to keep an eye on me. I fly through the storm, singing my song, reaching humanity.
We eat some mango and banana. We don't need no propaganda. Love that outro. What a dope track, huh?
Yeah, that was smooth. Really liked how they flowed over the beat. That was really sweet. It's a really good one, especially after some of those heavy hitting, like I wouldn't say black pilling or even red pilling, or enough with the pills sometimes. Have you had enough? No, just kidding. But just with the heavy info and stuff, like just to get your mind right and back on track type of stuff. That's a good one, and like having that positive affirmation of like take control of your reality, like with your state of mind. Where's it at right now, kind of thing. So yeah. Jerry was correct.
That song was so good that I started doing work for SoundPath because I'm like, shit, what's the status of, Elias Clay for this lineup? Because she did respond, but like, I'm not sure where she's at. I know that Lady Maverik knows her, so maybe we can call in a favor there. But either way, we would love to have both Prezence and Elias Clay on the lineup. We have reached out to them. Nathan reached out to Prezence recently, and we've been in correspondence with Elias, so fingers crossed.
Okay, yeah, I think aren't they at or around like Sedona or Arizona or somewhere around there. That geography looks kind of familiar, and I know there's like some cool collectives or communities, or just like folks that are kind of awake and aware around those areas as well. And I think there's been like a conference in recent times. But anyways, Theo, back to you, man. What you know about that 100th monkey?
Yeah, no, I was inclined to pick this track because I was just checking out Prezence's shows lately. He's been doing shows all over the US, and even Nathan here in the comments, one of our SoundPath organizers, he got to watch one of his shows. So he shared with us some videos. So yeah, it looks really dope. I wish I could be on one of those shows, but yeah, it's that track stood out to me. I felt like, okay, that's gonna be on the next watch party. I don't know, like there's something about it. And what do you know? He's talking about synchronicities, and I think it synchronistically fit in really well now, right? So I love how those shows go. Like kind of like for this one, I chose the tracks like 2 weeks ago, like maybe 2 days after the previous watch party. I already chose the tracks, and look how well they fit in. And I feel like it's every time they fit in so well. So it's just, there's magic going on here.
777, you guys.
Sounds pretty thrice great, huh? No. So yeah, for anyone who doesn't understand the whole 100th monkey effect, there's been the study where a group of monkeys from a different side of the world, developed a new technique to like obtain some food or like bathe themselves better and this and that. And simultaneously around the world, that just like happened after like a significant aggregate, like 100th monkey from this one tribe over here, like doing something. And there's just like this collective consciousness that, in the ethers type of thing that, just people pick up on. So what are you picking up on these days, kind of thing, so, and what are we transmitting, right? This is what this event is about, right? We'd love to see many more people, strike up events like this as well, and just like get more active and, be more present, right? With or without presence, it's just an honor to be in connects with the, so many different artists, truth speakers, and other folks in network, content creators, and what have you. So my heart is full as well as my cup in a sense, but yeah, just trying to share the love and knowledge that has helped me in so many ways, and like the music that has fueled that fire that keeps burning, right, Nathan? Keep it burning. And while we burn down Babylon too. Shit. That's all I got for this piece. I'm gonna load up the next track.
I want to say a quick shout out to Nathan. He came up with a really cool idea for SoundPath, and that is of a group meditation. We are speaking to Cody Joshua, who could potentially provide 432 hertz sort of, music involving binaural beats and stuff, or like didgeridoos, or like various types of organic instruments. And I think it'd be really cool to meditate with everyone, like in a geomancy sort of way, and like what magic positively could we create together if we just sync ourselves in the moment, the same moment. And isn't that music? Music is the magic of time.
And it's ironic because it's quite timeless as well. Makes it even more magical, right? Yeah. Well said, Jerry. Yeah, I feel you. Theo, anything else? Well then, yeah, thinking about that, picked a track that I actually stumbled across. It was like befuddled because, this is one of my favorite artists of all time. I mean, like, I could say I have 50 favorite artists sometimes, but sometimes you could just say like the crew, like the living legends that can contain like 8 fucking members up in there, and a handful could be part of that top 10 and just like, I'll just say this one thing. But out of that crew, there's Eligh, who put out this really cool song track. I don't know if it's on one of his albums, but music video is really dope. I was actually looking for some music from an artist called Atma, who's really dope, by the way, as well. But this song is titled Atma, and just coming across it like, oh, this is by Eligh, and like, oh shit. Usually, these underground cats don't have like dozens of music videos a lot of times, like to finance all that and this and that. They just kind of just put out their tape cassettes and all that on the under and just like get it out as, like, while the studio money lasts, and if they even have that, if they're not, recording in, the basement or the bathroom or wherever, right? Holy shit. But nonetheless, their music stands the test of time. Hence, timeless. And it's so valuable of, what they filled their time with in that musical moment. That's like a time capsule. And I have a music mix series that's like 8 albums deep, titled Hip Hop Time Capsules. Enough plugins. Let's check this out because it's dope and kind of meditative. That's why I chose this instead of something else. Things are for a reason, not just on my synchronistic mystic ways. But here we go.
Come from the center of the chest to bless the world. Heartbeat battling and making a bed to curl up. Consequence to never dance is this. You gotta move the spirit to get the people to near it. I fear it not. Never been afraid the personality is brave. You can never catch me or put me in a cave. I will never be the one to bury in the grave. Put me in a rocket ship and put me into space. Music is the way to God. I would like to think I'm odd. Heady like a nigga vibe. I'm a thinker man, I think a lot. Many men pass away in innocence. Not really making any sense. But these are the main events. I will not run away. I can be anything. Manifest pathways. Walk along. Make it rain. I ain't never been one to incorporate things that don't mesh. Mother Earth knows this. No closeness business in my family vicinity. I keep it in focus. Trinity, divinity, eliminating all waste, all tasteless hatred, vacate. No resentment in the tenements of the soul cavity. I carry out in the basement. Experimental, external, infernal, internal minerals, and a through ear grab. Fear mongering, wandering, parasites drown in the sound washed up on a shoreline. Your mind, my mind, one shoreline, one core line, reaching to the heavens up. Universal Valentine, one heart, one love, one tongue, one intellect's insight. God is a God body with the God hand, reaching out like the Godfather with the broadband. All time, space, all land, all mankind, all land lines, rigging at the same pitch, digging in the same ditch while we cling to our pain pictures and remain sick, tainted. Paint this on the walls of the brain cells that you got left after taxation, anxiety and chemical abrasion. This melody, the enemy of all cavemen, dwelling in the dark. Read the spelling on the back of the ark. This art will attract light, like breath to a bagpipe, battery to a mag light. Buckle down, hold tight, ride of a lifetime, line after line, rhyme after rhyme, sign that the time is now upon us, not upon or a parlor. We the kings and the callers, we the queens and the ballers. We the screenplay and holler. In my direction with solace, meditative and hollow, filled with universe prana.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, that was amazing. You keep bringing it, dude. You picked the best songs ever. That was amazing. I
Y'all
love
bring
the
it too,
mix.
yeah. Like it ain't just about me, but yeah. It's more about the artist, obviously. But yeah, I'm just selecting some good shit. But thank you so much. Yeah, take it away, yeah.
But that's a skill, right? To have a good ear. And I loved the lyrics and the interplay between the lyrics and the melody and the rhythm changes. And that Zitar, I guess, player was amazing. The ending felt like a Tool concert. Like I was just like, oh my God, the math I don't understand because I didn't pay attention to music theory in high school. But I feel it in the fucking, music. So anyway, but yeah, really beautiful instrumentals. I loved seeing all the different camera angles on like how the sounds are made, and really clever, crisp editing. Everything was very clean, lighting and sort of outlines. It was beautiful.
Yeah, it was a unique music video for sure. You don't see things like that all that often. Yeah, really well done on production.
Unique track. What do you call, Derek? What do you call this music? Like aside from this rap fusion, like this music.
I don't know, man. World?
Yeah, world music. Yeah, like
it's not
I
good enough. I know, but
sorry, oh shit. I'm readjusting myself. Yeah, like I don't understand this label world music because it encompasses the world. So, but like having worked
Too
at a
vague.
record store before, that's where we put this type of music in.
Yeah, I can pinpoint it a little bit to, I guess, Central Asian, maybe Indian, sort of, maybe Middle Eastern type of regions of the world. Like that's kind of their traditional music, just sitar and darbuka type of thing. I really love that type of stuff. Sometimes I listen to like native music, like from all over the world, and I just love those, ancient ancestral frequencies. And how cool is it to mix that with modern day rap, but the conscious rap, of course. So it's it's a really, really cool fusion, and I really, really dig that. Just going out of your way to do something totally different. And when you pull it off that well as he pulled it off here, Eligh, and I mean, not surprised because he's such a great legendary rapper, but it just blows my mind how well those legendary artists can still kick ass, like all those years after their golden days, or you could say whatever, like he's proven that he's still got that gold, you know what I'm saying? So really digging that.
Yeah, it's great to see artists, aging like fine wine and all that. And I love that he's keeping true to some things that are just kind of like, I guess, Easter eggs or whatever people want to call them. The time of this duration of the song was 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And that was on purpose, obviously. And he and the Grouch, Eligh and the Grouch, they've done like 4 albums together, like on some epic shit. I think their third album together was titled 333. And it was like a 3 album release type of thing, a duo album, and then an album from each artist on the solo type of thing. And that was like, I don't know, they just are very creative and come up with some pretty unprecedented things sometimes. It's highly impressive. They're from the Bay Area. Eli's from LA. Grouch is from Oakland. But anyways, he riffed off of, what I was talking about with the time stuff, several times up in there. And like, great granddaddy clock, shake your hand over there, my man. Like, thank you, sir. That was cool. And manifesting pathways. I don't know if you caught that lyric in there. It's just like, hey, what are we doing over here? Like, right, sure.
Also, he was very skilled. Like he was like going really fast, and that's hard to do and to articulate at that tempo. So for him to be able to get it at that kind of like fast tempo was amazing. And I immediately knew, like, this artist has been doing this for years. He's like a black belt with stripes. Like he's very much, like you guys said, like a fine wine, perfectly hermetically sealed for our enjoyment today. Just amazing lyricism, the timelessness subject in the lyrics, with using ancient instrumentals with modern quote unquote rap, and it just great. So many beautiful artistic choices throughout.
Cheers, sir. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, laughing because and that's really well said. Like the whole like lyrical black belt type of shit, because that's kind of what it is, and it's like refined and aged like fine wine, and you could tell the maturity and stuff, especially if you rewind, like 15 years ago. I wanted to say 2 decades. Wow, it's almost like 2 decades, pretty much. Yeah. He was in a crew called Log Cabin out in Los Angeles with like Merce and Scarab and fucking like Radio Inactive and some other cats. They were all about just like trying to rap as fast as they can type of stuff. Like that was like the style back then. And it's like crazy. And like, just like thinking about that, just like blows my mind, thinking about just these hungry young artists were just like the raw lyricism. Like that's what they were like living off of, they were doing it just for that. It seems like the drive, the hunger, the desire and stuff. And it's before this whole social media stuff. Like, oh, I'm going to put out some content and do some stuff. And hey, look at me, just to like get some fucking views. It was never fucking about that with them. It was never in their fucking mind, So yeah, it's just like a different mentality from way back when. And I just want folks to be reminded of these things. And it's not to say like everyone, putting out things on TikTok is, a faker or whatever the fuck. No, it's just a different drive in a sense, regardless, where am I driving this next song of yours? Oh yeah, we got some tragedy and hope.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I kind of want to go in cold. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. We'll just let the music play.
Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather exposed. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather exposed.
Some of them still haven't been told about the tinfoil hat they're wearing on their nose and mouth. Autonomy and economy, they close it down. Notice how they let us know what they won't allow. Only sometimes ignore the lies and the double think. Pay no mind to the puppet strings, cause once you've seen it, you can't unsee it. Just speaking for us heathens that love freedom. One reason my gun's clean and I read books. Take a deep look into history, they don't teach us. The evidence is being purged from libraries, so lies carry more weight. They try to hide the core strength. People living without the trivium, unaware of the gift their ancestors have given them. It's been hidden, but to get the facts, you know you gotta get your whip, hat and coat and dig like Indiana Jones. Before you can take the power back, gotta know where the power's at. Tragedy and hope. Before you can take the power back, gotta know where the power's at. Tragedy and hope. MK Ultra. Something maybe we might should know about. Building 7. Something maybe we might should know about. John O'Neill. Something maybe we might should know about. The dancing Israelis. Something maybe we might should know about. USS Liberty. Something maybe we might should know about. For agreement. Something maybe we might should know about. Bohemian Grove. Something maybe we might should know about. British East India Company. Something maybe we might should know about. Operation Mockingbird. Something maybe we might should know about. Operation Paperclip. Something maybe we might should know about. Ruby Ridge. Something maybe we might should know about. The Opium Wars. Something maybe we might should know about. Before you can take the power back, gotta know where the power's at. Tragedy and hope. Before you can take the power back, gotta know where the power's at. Tragedy and hope. Tierra Griffin. Rock on. Anthony Sutton. Rock on. Frederick Bastiat. Rock on. Richard Grove. Rock on. James Corbett. Rock on. Gary Webb. Rock on. John Taylor Gatto. Rock on. Gary Besmanoff. Rock on. Eustace Mullins. Rock on. Alexander Solzhenitsyn. Rock on. General Smedley Butler. Rock on. Carol Quigley. Rock on. Before you can take the power back, gotta know where the power's at. Tragedy and hope. Before you can take the power back, gotta know where the power's at. Tragedy and hope.
Smooth. I like that. And like, y'all get that? They were in the library where the lies are buried, you know, and like revealing them to us on some KRS-One edutainment type of shit. Lovely.
Well, great choice, Jerry. He's new on the lineup, and I couldn't be more grateful. And apparently his album is called Gratitude as well, so I need to check that shit out real quick. And because this track is just hitting on all cylinders. I mean, like, I'm really surprised. Obviously he did his homework, like with all those truth speaker and seekers that he gave a shout out to, and just this track, like with the like 60s sort of swing instrumental, really cool vibe, and black and white and all that stuff. It kind of takes you back and like puts things in like a different angle that is fresh in a strange sense as well. Like so it's like, yeah, kind of that noir vibe. And it's like, look at the evidence, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at the evidence of, like, you know, what we know to be true, but they present it as they buried those as lies, right? They buried this as lies, like in the library, as you mentioned, Derek. And but you got those true speakers, like, look at them as well, like, you know, do your homework. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I also like that the song was almost like an instruction to his child, as a sort of like explanation and what you need to do. So it's sort of planting the seed for the next generations. And what a pleasure to meet him and his family. They're very much into the whole, like, respecting a child's sovereignty, parenting. Like, they're the dude's an amazing rapper. Like, he can go fast also. I've seen it.
Yeah, what's his name?
Jo-DBL.
Jo-DBL?
But DBL is all caps.
Gotcha, yeah.
He
Where's
goes
from,
by
do you know?
Joe. I forget.
You met
I
him in
want to
Porkfest.
say, yeah, I met him at Porkfest.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Yeah. I just like hung out with like Brendan Daniel, and then I just met a bunch of other people through him.
Proper. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was great. And Tragedy and Hope. And I was hoping, actually just waiting for him to drop the name. And he actually did, you know. He's, you know, like, talking about Eustace Mullins and other folks, like, shout out to these cats and this and that. I don't know about Yuri Bezmenov, but maybe he exposed some of the bullshit regardless. But Carol Quigley was the author of this book, Tragedy and Hope. And that was a huge influence on Richard Grove's work, I guess, initial type of,
Yeah.
just like awakening possibly type of thing. And he had some dedication type of thing to that as well. I want to say, I could be wrong. And it's great that he mentioned the trivium. When I heard that, I was like, oh shit, this guy knows what's up. Like,
Yeah, he's familiar.
and
Yeah.
the way he tied that in there was great. He's like, we weren't taught the trivium like our ancestors or something like that. And yeah,
Right.
like, it was something that was taught, you know, commonly way back when, and then some, I'm sure, like taking it further to Atlantis, I'm thinking, but at least the trivium was intact. And what do we have today? What the fuck? The common core that's rotten to the apple seed.
I want to shout out to
needs to be planning with these. And what do we have with the teaching proper natural law with your shit, right?
Oh, I just want to give a shout out to Sarah Cross, who's written a tremendous curriculum and guidebook that we're going to be publishing. So it's very exciting for what looks like to be an online-only program for our inaugural year. There have been a number of, you know, ups and downs, business partnerships, etc. But I'm very proud to say that I love what Sarah Cross is doing, spearheading the trivium aspect of our curriculum, which is foundational.
Magnifique. Magnificent. Fantastique.
Yeah.
happy
So I
to hear
love
about
that line with the trivium in the beginning there. It kind of sets the stage for, like, yeah, like that's that foundation, like the trivium. Like, that's first you start with that, then you can take a look at all those grammar and all that stuff. So yeah, and one thing that came to mind is also tragedy and hope. I think there is a double meaning there with, like, the video or the music. Like, the tragedy is those conspiracy facts that he's presenting, and the hope is those truth speaker that he also presented, like James Corbett and all that. So I think that's cool.
Oh yeah, well said. So the fact that we're only 3 and we all have 3 songs, we can make it 9. We can add an extra to make it 10. What do you guys think? And if that's the case, Theo, I'll let you choose when you want to play your last song to, as you said, smooth it on out there. Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
So should I play another selection from mine and then play yours and then do a 10th one type of thing, or what do you think? Or just play yours now and I'll play 2 in a row?
Yeah, you can save my third one for the last one, and yeah, and you can choose whatever you want.
All right, cool. So we have our choices. You want to get metaphysical with it, or do you want to hear a song that goes into Bohemian Grove and that kind of stuff, which was mentioned in that library section of the song? Yeah. Or there's what else is there?
I'm feeling metaphysical. Let's go that route.
Okay, yeah, cool. This is featuring the artist Atma that I mentioned the last song from Eligh titled Atma, which is kind of funny, right? This one is with Son of Saturn and Chief Kamachi. What a me. What is titled again? They got a lot of Eastern philosophy bars as well, and they like this one guy Atma, like I don't know if he like lived in India for years or just like studied their scriptures or whatnot, but he like seems to either speak some of the language to a good degree or just like have a lot of understanding of some of these words and concepts that they use, yet are articulated differently in English, I guess, you know what I mean? So the title of this song, is spoiling the title of my... No, I already let the cat out the bag with that. The mix that I'm having for SoundPath is titled Transcend Dance, and I'm trying to make this, you know, some good high vibe, really easily danceable type of stuff with, you know, some good lyrics to, you know, match with that. I don't know if this is a danceable song, but the title is called Transcend, so let's check it out.
Simpletons, double A, master builders, Jacob's Ladder, Mixed Productions. We divine pros be on top of your blindfolds. Shine lining tonight with the precise flows. Dressed in codex and blessed flow flex. A lesson so slick the comatose to woke by the pole shift. Throw up a fist, we leave omens split. Romans domes swollen, they clone chromosomes ain't shit. Rip the solar spit, slaughter poses quick. I flow so cold we'll fucking blow off this bitch. Leave your skull split, throw you assholes to black holes. When we spit we master the shit. Intergalactic, telepathic and mad swift. Leave y'all crabs with cracked chins. Y'all bastards harassable, y'all will never win. Smack the earth off its axis when we transcend. The wave particle duality, rip wormholes in time space, interdimensional deities, split the seas with the gauze, kneeling to the feet of Allah.
On my heavenly home's dapper, I'm not a clone rapper. Matcha's an alien zone tapper, in a militant bone cracker. Meditator aim the chrome at you, instant dome fracture. You the cause of your own rapture. The hell my tones capture, I'm a tone master. Kamala follow, take them to the zone faster. Pastors holler when I slap their collars. Burn the church, not before I snatch the dollars. Teach the truth, people still stuck in squalor. Feed the world, words make the planet swirl. Son of Saturn, 7 clips, gunlet pattern. Deep as ever, underground buried treasure. Foul rap, math too much to measure. Holy tablets, everything my scrolls established. Burn the savage, now you can hold the fabrics. My
uphill pilgrimage, still with the illest filaments. We build skills to the ceiling, a syllabus stretching the spectrum at the behest of the brethren. Take Jacob's ladder on a trek to the heavens. Temple is set erected, stressed to the constellation counterparts. Egyptian mystics count the stars in the dark plateaus. Scribes with parchment prose charting the global movements among corresponding celestial bodies. Offspring of the godly Saturn, Atma, Kamachi, dropping prophet heat like Cleopatra, a song and a beat. Reach out with a touch to inner cells. Nick's Productions, lovely citadels to wish you well. Like spells of Persian magicians. 3 magi, 9 eyes, multiverse dimensions. These verses we're spitting, dispersing the wisdom like tourniquets ripped from dismembered appendages. Dripping blood in a jungle of concrete. Where pop rap infects the youth who struggle and hustle so little sisters and moms can eat. Next year it's off to Iran. We seek soil to rise on the downward slope of peak oil. See for the peaceful warriors, grounded in Tao Lao Su, not Sun Tzu. We bust through the turmoil, serve you coiling snakes in my garden. Fabian socialists patiently arming, waiting in darkness. We meditate and pray regardless the way of the artist. We meditate and pray regardless the way of the artist.
Atma's so great. I heard about him last year, and I just it's such a great word salad mixture of esoteric references that people need to dive into, including myself. And I am so blown away by just the different styles that everyone brought. Son of Saturn, I think it was talking a little bit about the human condition a little bit more. And then the Jacob's Ladder guy was talking a little bit more like in the esoteric realm. So a very, very interesting mix.
Yeah, it's that outer galactic, fantastic, no plastic. You know what I'm saying? It's really dope shit, and yeah, I really dig that shit, Derek. That's like classic. Feels like kind of 2000s kind of track, right? Like, yeah, I dig that era. You know, it's like yeah, and it's sort of danceable, sort of like yeah, you can groove to it, and yeah, cool rap flows, and yeah, obviously they brought that Natty Law lyrics, so how can I complain?
Damn, I'm kind of surprised. Actually, I haven't heard this song in like ages, and I think, yeah, it was on the chopping block of a couple mixes in like forgotten years past. I think, and yeah, I think there's just like a little bit too much profanity in there. I think, but yeah, I think just Son of Saturn just really brought things full circle with the whole transcending, some of the bullshit that they're kind of talking about and having to deal with possibly, and just like, fuck the system and all this draconian shit and the archons. And what did he say? Fuck, I forgot to write it down. As artists, we just are digesting it and transmuting it or something like that. To like that's what he seemed to be alluding to, is what the drift I caught from it. But yeah, it's cool to see, back then, like those were the types of music videos that were just like kind of like interstellar, spaced out, or transcendentical, if you will, like whatever, right? And they were really few and far between, like back when YouTube was populated by only a couple million people, it seemed, but yeah. Maybe just 1 billion, but
Yeah, the golden days of YouTube when they still had the 5 stars instead of like and dislike. You remember that shit?
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like
yeah,
a
but
video would just play and then end.
yeah, no.
Go ahead, Theo. Sorry.
No worries. Yeah, yeah. Just I want to mention that because you mentioned that there's like the galactic video, but there's also like images of Iraq and all that. That's kind of like what I also another hint that is from the 2000s, except for the sound, and like now it's pretty relevant. Like they're trying to bring back the whole IRA, but they're changing it from a Q to an N. So like I ran away from that shit a long time ago. So like, you know, why are you trying to bring that shit back in? Like fuck that. No, like, you know, it's really fucked up, man, what's going on in the Matrix. So I think yeah, we need to remember that, you know, it's their bullshit stories, the headlines that they tryna want us to talk about and all that. And I'm gonna make a point to not talk about it, even though I brought it up. I'm just saying, like, I bring it up to bring it out. Okay, like let's not fall for their metrics propaganda bullshit. Let's keep building that truth, love, freedom world that we're building here.
Yeah, the news, NEWS, Northeast, West, South, is basically sorcery. It's a broadcast, and we are broadcasting a light spell instead of truth and freedom music. So
Real talk, because we care, and we're trying to flip the script on the cremation of it all. And I guess this will be the filler before we, conclude this on with your last track deal. And not to, dwell on the conspiratorial things. And like, for me, looking at a lot of, the fucked up shit, like there's just been something inside me where it just compels me to, seek the opposite of the fucked up shit, I guess, and like look for solutions and ways to not get fucked up by it or whatever, right? So we're all trying to maneuver through the matrix, and it really seems impossible to go through it unscathed, right? But and just think about the movie. Did Theo, or not the Neo, or Trinity, or even Morpheus, did they not get fucked up? Even if they were, like mastering their shit and like waltzing in and out of that shit sometimes, but agents be about and whatever the fuck, right? So allegorically speaking, what are we up against and all that stuff? A lot of things that are just inverting the human spirit and that proper generative principle of care, that life force energy that beats in your chest, and it just seems like it's null and fucking void with these elite pieces of shit. So I'm switching up the genres, finally. This is a really cool group, Karma Patrol, they're called. And they only have a couple tracks, but what they did is it's like just the 2-3 songs and music videos they put to it are just like instant classics. And it's still going off on that old school type of imagery. So, yeah. Enjoy. Oh, that's not the one. That's gonna be for another one. Damn it. Sorry about that. Here we go. And that's why I mentioned that earlier. I don't think you'll find this in the library, though. Can you believe it? We had this featured last session, and I played it again, and I was talking about avoiding redundancies. Holy smokes! And they had another song that I actually had available too, but it wasn't really what I was aiming for with the train of thought. But regardless, it's a good song, and it's just keeping in mind, like, this is why things are the way they are, because they own us, because the majority of people do not own themselves. And
Right.
it's like, if you don't control your own mind, it's subjected to someone else controlling it, type of thing. And it's going to be controlling henceforth, our emotions and actions and that kind of shit.
In addition to the thoughts that I brought up last time, I would say that this time around, hearing it again, I was thinking about all the children that have been sacrificed in their rituals for real. And this is not a conspiracy. Kathy O'Brien is a satanic ritual abuse survivor. Dick Cheney was her handler, and can attest to how murderous and awful he is, and continues to be. He, that whole thing with the accidental shooting of his hunting buddy, that was during a game where they were playing hunt with children running on a private farm. Like, this is who controls our, like, whole system, and we're letting them too. And we need to take responsibility for our end as well. And start killing these dudes.
Yeah, that's a direct wake-up call. It's like in your face, like putting their ugliest faces in your face. It's like, look what's running the world. Look at this fucking sewer garbage shit that is slimy excuse for people who are running this this whole planet, and they have no right to do so. The only right they have to do so is the right you give them, which is illegitimate, and it's very ill as well. And you can see it clearly when you watch the video like that. So yes, so like I have to switch tabs when too many of their fucking ugly faces are shown. Like, I can't fucking see their fucking pedophile, like like no soul fucking ugly shit excuse for a face. It's just disgusting.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, they look like some healthy role models and all that stuff. It's like, you can just tell there's some kind of demonic degradation of their human like well-being, in a sense. And yeah, like, people want to talk about shapeshifters and lizard people and whatever the fuck. Just think about it like this, people. They can, like, you think about channeling, entities and all that stuff. They can occupy, a human consciousness to a certain degree sometimes, and whatever the fuck. And why do you think there's bloodlines and all that stuff? And where do you think that stems from and all this stuff? Look into the Sumerian Draconian Empire, and in regards to the fall of Atlantis, and that, because it goes that fucking deep. And it's not just due to, like, oh, it's the white supremacy and whatever the fuck. It's just, these are the types of people from the Caucasoid fucking area that the entities, like, just took over these fucking people, and like, the majority are whites. It doesn't mean like all white people are fucking bad or whatever the fuck. So I came up with a new term, trickle down archonics. Forget about Reaganomics or whatever the fuck, because it's like they are working through human beings to manifest what the fuck they want to here in this reality, because they can't do it here. They're disembodied spirits and entities. They're not at this high level realm of spirituality. Yes, 3D is a very high realm of spirituality, and we have so much to be grateful for in this and that. And Nathan Webb is talking about the celebration of care, that generative principle, manifesting your care of life into this reality in the physical domain. You get to see what you're actually doing. Isn't that magic? So But how are people using it, right? How are people using these hands? As Brandon Spencer likes to say, like, there's so much power and responsibility in magic in these hands. Control that and use them wisely and responsibly. You know, unfortunately, people don't do that, and they don't carry their care with them wherever they go, right? Talking about, oh, take care out there. You know, where are you taking it? Or is it even there to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, not to get into semantics, but you know, how much are you
Yeah.
in things to actually, you know, be with the words you speak, and having those proper affirmations, not just this wishy-washy bullshit like blowing hopium smoke up people's asses. Like, word to the last Great Work Warriors chat we had. But yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, and what's a prerequisite to care, but love, right? Like that, especially that agape love, which is the opposite of what they got. They got that fear that is ruling them, and when you let fear rule your world, your physicality, and by extension your actions and everything, then that you get the hell world that we're living in, this fear world. Everything is fear in this matrix. That's what the matrix is really, is fear. So you're talking about like disembodied entities and all that. You can just boil it down to fear, really. Fear is the adversarial force to love, to care. So that's you're seeing the face of fear when you're seeing the face of those people. So don't be that. don't let fear rule you. You know, master yourself and love yourself, and project that to the world. Project that agape. Project that true self-love to the world. Like as the Evolution crew loves to say, you know, like know thyself, to love thyself, to love others. So I think that's a good message to take out of it.
I
So
find
what
myself.
else we got? Go ahead, Jerry.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm just finding myself in a receptive state and just like really just nodding a lot to everything you guys are saying. Well said.
So what's up next?
Cheers, yeah. Well, you tell me.
Oh, it's my turn.
Or you tell us. Sorry.
Cool. All right. Yeah, that's
You know what's going
perfect. 'Cause yeah, that's a good contrast. It's an incredible contrast, because I think that's like the complete opposite. Like let's mellow things down and tune in back to nature, back to that source, back to that pure essence. So let's get into it.
Yeah, that's cool. And I'm glad it went down this way, because I was like, holy shit, the rest of my selections are just like pure conspiratorial type of stuff. So yeah, like I didn't want to have that as the concluding song, even though we're gonna give our concluding remarks, and even if that was the last song, what we spoke about was proper. But I'm glad to play this one, Theo, and thanks for selecting it. Let's have some time respecting it. What?
I just finished meditating.
That's what it's about.
Oh. That's cool.
Yep. That's as meditative as a track can get, I would say, and with this beautiful flute going on throughout the whole thing, like improvising. It's incredible. So this is by Kalpatu Tree. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but because his name is a bit difficult to pronounce, but so I just went to YouTube to check what his name is, and he's live right now. He's live right fucking now, like the moment we play that song. Like, how do you explain that shit?
Whoa. That's crazy. That is pretty synchronous.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So that's what it's about.
Ah!
Even the cat was feeling it.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. It's a good, proper melody to say goodbye to everyone, I suppose. I don't have a whole lot to say with that, but yeah, it was really cool. Puts me in a good mood to either start the day or take a nap before the day starts. 6 o'clock in the morning, yeah, I don't know. Like, lucky to have the choice. Grateful to be alive. Also grateful to be in connects with all y'all and everyone out there listening. Hope y'all found some value in this, and if you did, feel free to share it with others, and feel free to even join us if you want, or at least hit up the Telegram group chat where people are just sharing music whenever they feel like it, regularly or not, you know. So it's just a cool vibe overall, and it's really pure positive movement, I feel. So yeah.
Yeah, I found out about him actually by his comment on the Prezence, one of the Prezence videos, like one of his recent shows. He wrote down like, "I really dig your music" or something like that, and he had the music symbol on his name. So I was like, "Let's go check out this guy. Why not?" And then I was like, "Oh wow, that's lovely." I was like, it's like, okay, that's on the next SoundPath. Let's have a meditative moment at the end, and here it is, guys. We're manifesting beautiful stuff, so let's keep it up.
Yeah, I'm so honored to be amongst you both, and I feel like we're, you know, the core sort of watch party team. Glad to be in this with you guys, and yeah, just trying to build another way into the minds of the masses so that they can understand natural law concepts, truth, freedom, morality, how they're all linked. And yeah, just feeling really blessed in this present moment. That music, I started this okay in a certain mood, and it shifted with that music. And that's the power of music, how it can just whoosh, like move you through emotions really quickly, sober or not, doesn't matter. Like it just, you can really move through difficult times in your life through it. You can use it for alchemical, fire, for, standing for what's right. You can use it for sort of nerding out on various concepts and thinking deeply and philosophizing. Like it's just such a great method of, and I'm thinking again of, the trivium, quadrivium. You can introduce different types of subject areas into music in any way that you want. And that's why it's really powerful for the rhetoric stage, I think.
Oh yeah, just made me think about a really cool mix that I put out last year, and I completely forgot to make it just a regular upload. It's on my live streams, but alchemical elementals, and it has a cool track or two going over like some of the mathematics and stuff, and like hearing them speak about math in a song is quite quadrivic, if you will. And so check it out, everyone, because everyone and their fucking grandmother can talk about freedom and does to whatever degree. Even the politricians, you know, everyone has their own definition of an idea of what freedom is. And a lot of it is free-dumb, because not a bright idea from the perspective, unfortunately, and like the definitions they're running with. Because they're running with the idea that we can attain freedom through slavery or mind control, a gubernare government, right? Which is not the case. And yeah, unfortunately, still to this day, they know us better than we know ourselves, going back to the last song. So how can we overcome an enemy that knows us better than we know ourselves, type of thing? So that's one of the requirements of freedom, because we understand there are requirements and things to uphold and maintain to actually obtain and sustain freedom, sovereignty, and all these things, you know. And it starts with the individual, of course, you know. And so yeah, freedom under natural law is not just some kind of like you know, catchphrase or bumper sticker type of shit. You know, we hinge off of that, you know, with the funnel crew and just like folks in network and, you know, people that really understand and are trying to live by natural law principles and axioms of truth. So that's what we are about and what we're trying to evoke and, you know, just like motivate and inspire more people to catch some of that in this festival and these, you know, watch parties and all that stuff. Not every song and artist is going to be talking about this, you know, ad infinitum, you know, lyric per lyric, word for word. It doesn't matter. It's not about that. It's also just about the overall overarching message that we're trying to impress upon people, right? So that's my concluding remarks. And yeah, thank you once again, my friends. Anyone else?
Yeah, thank you guys. I really love those watch party sessions, and I love you guys. So thank you for joining once again.
So grateful to you guys, and yeah, grateful to everyone in the SoundPath organizing team, Meg, Nathan, obviously you both, Derek, Theo, John. Yeah, John did a lot of networking with Brendan Daniels and other musicians. He has a band called Red Pill Friends that is a sort of like fuller instrumental version of what Brendan Daniel does. So it's sort of like, you know, this, but they also do their songs also. It's like a 3-piece band. So
Right on. Looking forward to that and so much more. Probably more than what I bargained for, but here we are, and it's lovely. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and the lineup for SoundPath is looking big. It's looking incredible, humongous.
yeah, I originally was like, I don't know if we'll be able to do, you know, more than 2 days. And now I'm like, it might be a 4-day festival. It very well might be. As prophesized with John's flyer that he made for us.
Oh, shit. Right on. Yeah, Nathan, thank you so much for hanging in with us pretty much.
Thank you, Nathan.
Throughout the whole thing, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, brother. I hope to have you on next time. And anyone else, you know, we're here. You got some music to share? That's got some principles of care or things that are around that good old natty law spectrum of things, right? So, yeah. Spiritual principles. Learn them, live them, teach them. Sorry. I muted my mic instead of closing this down and ending this stream. So thank you very much. Ciao for now.